Welcome back everyone to the Jaguar MK2, and today we're going to see if we can get it started. Like most classic car projects, this has taken a lot longer than expected. So about a year ago now, I think, I decided, I'd do that quick job, just change the front suspension bushes, and we'll be cruising about all summer and enjoying it. No, as you know, there's been a few road bumps along the way, but for those of you who watched the other videos, you'll be pleased to know that I managed to sort out those horrible bushes that I had to keep. I finally managed to source some. They were actually off an E-Type Jaguar. Not sure how that came about, but yeah, that's what was needed. Just to add to our never-ending jobs list, I came down the other day only to find the car had done a little brake fluid wee all over the floor. So it turns out it was the pistons that needed servicing, but we'll save that one for another video. In prep for getting the carbs on, I've also changed the spark plugs. They're really cheap, easy to do, so it just makes sense for that peace of mind. So the carbs are now back in. They're really fiddly to do, and I've got no good footage. But yeah, needless to say, they're in now. So let's go see if we can get it started. So here we are, ready for the first big turn on. Everything's all on, everything's all good to go. I just need to press this button here. One thing, when I was putting the carbs on and turning the ignition on, making sure the fuel comes through, this guy down here needs to be super tight because, well, as I found out, it carries high pressure fuel, and if it's not mega bastard tight, then everything's covered in fuel. Right, so here we go. Fingers crossed for our first turn on of our new carbs. Okay. So it's really frustrating. I've been here for about an hour now trying to get it to work. Still no avail. Tried everything I could think of. The bonnet's closed because I just don't want to look at it anymore. So yeah, it's pretty much just been an hour of this. Now the batteries are flat, so time to go home, have a rethink, maybe ask the internet, see what people say, and come back fresh-eyed and have another look. Right, let's go. Dear internet, help. Am I stupid? I can't get my Mark II to start. I've just rebuilt the carbs, replaced the electronic distributor, coil and plugs, static timed it twice, checked the compression on cylinder 1 and it's about 8.1. Oh, you gotta be! We're back at the car again, and as we all know, cylinder 1 is at the back of the engine, not at the front. So, having spent a day, or lost a day should we say, trying to figure out what was going on, that was it. So, down in the distributor here, I've moved them all around. Hopefully they're all in the right place now, they should be, I've checked them a few times. So yeah. It's time to press the button. So where are we now? It's now at the point where we could drive it out the garage. So we managed to do that rather than filling this garage full of smoke. So managed to get it out. Did a quick tune on it, just fiddled with the carbs so that it started running quite nicely, got it to idle okay. And thought, great, I think we're there. Let's go for a run around the block. Went to go drive around the block and had a bit of a breakdown. So when we tried to climb a hill, so trying to put some load on, the car would just didn't have anything to give. Now there's a couple of reasons what that could be. I've been doing a bit of digging around, and it's either we think fuel supply or our timing and ignition is still out. So let's crack on and start investigating those. The first thing we're going to check is the fuel filter. Well, it doesn't look too bad. I've certainly seen worse. I think I'll order up a new one anyway. There's some part of the old horrible gasket on here. I wonder if that will come in the kit. But that's not going to stop us running at the moment, so the problem's going to be elsewhere. The next thing that we're going to check is fuel rate. Now it could be that the pump is knackered. It looks pretty good, so hopefully it's not that, because I don't want to buy a new pump. It could be the lines are a bit manky, full of stuff that's picked up from the bottom of the tank. But we're going to check it out by, now that we've got the fuel filter off, we're going to fill up a plastic bottle and see what the rate looks like. So good news is we got plenty of fuel pressure and I don't need to buy a new pump. Bad news is there's something else. So next thing, ignition timing. So let's check that out. So the tricky thing with these XK engines is accessibility of timing marks. Now on this balance pulley here, someone has kindly put some Tipex on there to show me something. Looking at it, the two marks that were here originally, I don't know if you can see that one and that one, they are actually, I've had a quick check with the old extension bar in a cylinder 1 trick, now that we know what cylinder 1 is, and they're actually the two ends of the dwell point when the piston comes all the way to the top. So in between those two marks is actually top dead center. I've then measured the circumference of that balance wheel and then worked out what 10 degrees advance would be, which is our new Tipex line here. So we finally had a look at it, and actually it was pretty much bang on and 10 degrees advance, so timing is okay. The next thing to look at, so it's running really, there's a lot of vibration, it doesn't sound like it's running great, so it might not be running on all cylinders. So that's the next thing to check. So the plan to check whether it's running on all cylinders is to have the engine running, pull each ignition lead in turn and see if the engine note changes. But to do that, we've got to pull her out of the garage so we don't fill the garage with smoke. Oh man, I can't believe I've been so stupid. So it looks like the distributor turns anti-clockwise, not clockwise. So I think we might have actually been running on just one cylinder, which is pretty amazing anyway. So fingers crossed this solves it. Let's give it a go. Yes! Yes! Oh man, I can't believe it. It's working. Oh man. Oh man. That has been ages for that stupid ignition. I need to fire my mechanic. That's what I need to do. feels so great to get the car out of the workshop and actually driving. It has been 18 months since this car left the workshop, or since it rolled into the workshop, and hasn't driven out since. So I'm so pleased to get her out so that we can actually enjoy it all this summer. But fear not, there will be plenty more videos. There's still lots to do. We've still got leaks all over the place that we've got to fix, and loads of other bits and pieces. So stay tuned for those videos. In the meantime, I'm going to go enjoy the car.